You know, in the world of AI, things move fast. But every once in a while, a breakthrough happens that doesn't just feel like a step forward, it feels like a giant leap into a whole new decade. And that is happening right now with AI image generation. Seriously, we've gone from those kind of weird, slightly off-looking images to creations so realistic you'd swear they were real photos.
And look, I couldn't have said it better than this user on Reddit. They put it, well, bluntly, but they absolutely nailed the feeling. So what's causing all this excitement? It's a brand new model from Google called Nano Banana Pro. And according to the people who've gotten their hands on it, this isn't just another small update. It's the kind of jump that makes everything that came before it feel totally obsolete. So, that's the big question, right? How in the world did we get here so fast? What's the secret sauce behind this technology? And maybe more importantly, what does this new level of quality and realism mean for the future of, well, all digital creation? Let's dive in and break it all down. All right, so what is Nano Banana Pro really? It's built on Google's super powerful Gemini 3 architecture, but the secret here isn't just about raw power. Nope. It's about a completely different way of thinking about how an AI should create an image in the first place. The key here is this idea of reasoning-driven generation. Think about it like this. The older AI models were kind of like artists who could only mimic styles. You tell them, draw a sad clown, and they just match those words to pixels they've seen before. This new AI, though, it's more like a movie director. It reads the entire script first. It actually understands context and rules and relationships. So if you ask for a clock showing exactly 3:15, it reasons about what a clock is, how the hand should be positioned, all before it even starts to draw. It thinks first, and then it creates.
And this is really where it stops being a fun toy and becomes a legitimate professional tool. I mean, we're talking about native 2K output that you can scale up to 4K, perfect for printing, text that is so crisp you could design entire app interfaces with it. You can even keep a character looking exactly the same across a bunch of different images. This isn't just a picture generator, it's a full-on creative suite.
So with all this incredible power, how do you actually control it? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, but it gives you an amazing amount of precision. It all comes down to a few key commands that let you become the master of this digital canvas.
The controls are incredibly straightforward. Simple little parameters like aspect ratio and resolution give you total command. With just a few keystrokes, you can perfectly format an image for a square Instagram post, a vertical TikTok video, or even a sweeping, cinematic movie poster.
For example, you could start with a really detailed creative prompt like this one. You're telling it the theme, the exact text you want, and even the color scheme. And then you just tack on your technical requirements, say a 16:9 aspect ratio and 4K resolution. And what do you get? A massive print-ready image that's over 7,000 pixels wide. That is professional-grade precision, all from just a couple of lines of text.
But to really get how revolutionary this is, you gotta look at how these things have been done for decades. Let's compare this new AI workflow to the incredibly painstaking process a professional 3D artist goes through just to create a single character from scratch.
So welcome to the world of a 3D artist. What you're looking at is the wireframe mesh of a character, literally built one polygon at a time. A university thesis from back in 2015 described this work as crude, technical, and mathematical. It's basically digital sculpting, but you're starting with a foundation of pure data.
And that traditional workflow, wow, it is a marathon of highly specialized skills. You go from sketches to modeling, then this super complex task called UV unwrapping, then texturing, and then you have to build a whole digital skeleton for it. That's called rigging. And all of that is before you can even think about animating it. Each step is its own art form, and the entire process can take weeks.
And here it is, the contrast laid bare. On the left, you have that whole multi-stage pipeline we just talked about, weeks of work. And on the right, a single AI prompt. A creative brief that would take a human artist days or even weeks to bring to life can now be visualized in just a matter of seconds. This tech is getting so ridiculously good at making convincing 2D images that it's starting to push our expectations. You see users already looking past the flat screen and asking that logical next question, what's next? Because when the illusion is this perfect, you start wanting the real thing. This comment from a Reddit user, it gets right to the heart of it. It's not enough anymore to have a perfect picture of a cool figurine. People want the actual 3D model, the STL file, that they can send straight to a 3D printer and actually hold in their hands.
And really, that's the big provocative question this technology leaves us with. We're getting incredibly good, incredibly fast, at mastering the 2D illusion. We can create these flawless images of anything we can dream up. But that jump, the leap from generating a perfect picture of an object to generating the functional 3D blueprint for the object itself, well, that might just be the next great revolution we should all be watching for.